What's up, everybody? Buckle up, because Tiffany Henyard, the now former mayor of Dolton, just pulled herself right back into the spotlight. And no, this is another wild press conference or some over-the-top stunt. This time, she's got the entire town buzzing for a different reason. Tiffany just dropped her autobiography and slapped a jaw-dropping $99 price tag on it. That's not paperback on Amazon money. That's handbag money, steakhouse money, new sneaker money. The question now, is this a bold comeback play, or just her latest cash grab off the chaos she left behind? Either way, the reaction is loud, messy, and brutal. If you followed Henyard's saga, you already know her career was never boring. It was a slow-motion train wreck. This wasn't just a mayor. She doubled as supervisor of Thornton Township. 2 powerful jobs, 2 giant paychecks, double the control. And what did she do with it? Build a record straight out of corruption drama. Celebrity-style spending, misconduct rumors, non-stop investigations, and a crown jewel, a $10 million budget hole that sent taxpayers into rage. Then came February 2025. Election day. Boom, gone. Out of both seats in one night. Jason House steps in as mayor. State Senator Napoleon Harris takes over at the township. And just like that, Henyard goes from queen of the south suburbs to holding nothing. Fast forward, and she's back, but not with rallies, not with campaigns. Instead, a $99 memoir, a book she claims will finally reveal her side of the story. So now everyone's asking, is this really her raw defense, or just another hustle wrapped in glossy pages and a luxury-level price tag? Here's how it started. Back in June 2025, she fired up social media. Big smile, polished videos, promising the book would set the record straight about every scandal, every accusation, every storm. But let's keep it real. When your memoir costs 3 times more than president's, you're making a statement. Most political books run $20, maybe $30. Henyard's? Triple that, which makes you wonder what's really inside. According to her, it's the unfiltered truth. The FBI raids that shook Dolton. The financial wreckage Lori Lightfoot's audit exposed. That eyebrow-raising land deal tied to her boyfriend. The one that drew a subpoena earlier this year. She's selling it as raw, explosive, and never before heard. But Dolton residents? They've heard this chorus before. And the only real question is, does this memoir finally spill real secrets from behind the scenes? Or is it just another polished PR stunt to keep her name alive? So far, the reviews are savage. Over on Dolton Politics Facebook, locals are tearing her apart. One comment nailed it. She's still trying to milk Dolton dry. And honestly, can you blame them? People aren't just annoyed, they're exhausted. Right now, the mood in Dolton is frustration on every corner. You see it online, you hear it at the gas station, you feel it in the side eyes at the coffee shop. The wounds from a rain are still fresh. One resident posted, $1.99? I wouldn't pay $9 for her lies. Another called the whole thing a scam to bankroll her next scheme. And this isn't rumor. It's the pulse of a community still crawling out of the crater she left behind. Unpaid bills stacked high, a police force stripped and demoralized, a multi-million-dollar deficit hanging like a storm cloud. And don't forget, the FOIA lawsuit where Henyard was held in contempt until July 2025, still fresh in everyone's memory. So if she wasn't transparent with power, why would anyone suddenly believe her now? Believe it or not, there's still a handful of people clinging to hope. They swear up and down that this book could be Tiffany's one shot at redemption. They're saying maybe, just maybe, she'll finally pull back the curtain on everything. The political backroom deals. The power plays that never made the headlines. The so-called media bias that, according to her, painted her as Dolton's public enemy number 1. In their minds, this memoir could flip the script, turning Tiffany from the villain of the story into the misunderstood underdog. Could that be the ultimate plot twist? Or has her reputation already been sealed in stone? Because right now, to most people, this feels less like a comeback story and more like a last-ditch money grab. And let's talk about the timing, because it couldn't be more bizarre. This $99 tell-all is hitting shelves right as Tiffany officially bows out of power, and Dolton starts trying to patch itself back together. Jason House has wasted no time rolling out his Dolton United agenda. The difference? He's actually delivering on promises Tiffany used to throw around like confetti, but never kept. We're talking free CTA rides for residents, something Henyard bragged about but never made happen. We're talking real public audits, so people can finally see where their tax dollars are going. New oversight rules that actually protect the community instead of shielding the mayor's office. It's progress. It's accountability. And compared to that, Tiffany's big return feels hollow. Like she's more interested in grabbing headlines and a few extra bucks than owning up to what really happened. Now, let's be clear. Her election loss wasn't just some minor stumble. It was an absolute demolition. Jason House didn't just beat her. He buried her. Nearly 3,900 votes in his corner, compared to her measly 536. That's not a loss. That's a full-scale career obituary written in bold permanent ink. And it leaves you wondering, what's this book really about? Is Tiffany trying to rewrite her legacy? Is this a setup for some wild political comeback? Or is it just a quick cash scheme to pay off those court-ordered FOIA fines? Or maybe even stash money away before the FBI knocks on her door again? Because with Tiffany, you never know. It's always about the hustle. Meanwhile, Dolton itself is knee-deep in recovery mode. Jason House has already ordered a sweeping investigation into every corner of Henyard's administration. And don't forget about Lori Lightfoot's audit from January 2025. That thing was devastating. It uncovered millions in questionable spending and left taxpayers fuming. Add to that the fact that the FBI is still circling her boyfriend's shady land deal like hawks, and the stakes for this so-called memoir skyrocket. If Tiffany actually uses this book to drop legitimate bombshells, it could shake the political landscape to its core. But if it turns out to be just fluff, just another glossy PR stunt, it'll go down as one of the most humiliating public L's of her entire career. Here's where I stand. Her grip on power is slipping faster than ever. Dolton is moving forward, rebuilding step by step, while Tiffany looks stuck in the past. This book doesn't feel like Vision. It feels like her last desperate swing before the curtain comes crashing down for good. Still, politics is unpredictable. Maybe she's holding one or two wild cards we can't see yet. Maybe she thinks she can spin the story back in her favor. Either way, one thing's for sure. We're all locked in, watching every move she makes, waiting to see if this is redemption or disaster. So let's make this interactive. If you think this book is nothing but another scam, smash that like button right now. If you honestly believe she's about to spill real behind-the-scenes truths, drop your theory in the comments. I want to hear it. And if that $99 price tag made you laugh, choke, or flat out roll your eyes, then you already know the drill. Subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned. Because the second this story takes a turn, you better believe we'll be right here breaking it all down for you.